Hi everyone, welcome back to Dorsch Homestead Acres. Tonight it's Saturday evening and I just wanted to do a quick video to kind of talk a little bit about some of our flower beds and what we have planted. So let's get to it. We're in this flower bed here. This is our front flower bed. We've chosen to do native flowers for Wisconsin. When you choose to do a native flower or plant, there's some critical things that you want to look for and pay attention to. First and foremost is your soil type. That's really critical. Without the proper soil, the plants they're not going to thrive. So I spent a lot of time researching out what types of native plants for Wisconsin are appropriate for our soil type here, which is very sandy and rocky. So with that, I worked with some people that I know that are very knowledgeable in that area, and they helped me plan and select and actually lay out the flower beds that we do have, and come up with the plan. My goal with everything was to have something blooming from spring through fall, and focusing on pollinators, which being primarily monarch butterflies and bees. So if I could encompass hummingbirds and other types of wildlife, that was just an added bonus. So all of these beds were planted in 2018. They were started with plants not from seed, but in 3-inch pots or plugs. And in here, this bed here gets really big. Back over here in the corner, this is wild bergamot. It's kind of one of my favorites. I'll show you guys later on in the season when it starts to bloom what it looks like. But it is, I found out, kind of a rather aggressive plant. You got to kind of keep it in check. Otherwise it will end up overrunning everything and could potentially choke out your other plants. Otherwise in here, a good majority is various types of goldenrod, which late summer, early fall blooming, and the bees just go nuts over it. We've noticed very, very heavy in the fall with honeybees. It's one of their last food sources for the winter. Then we'll walk over here. And that flower bed I just showed was all planted, I believe, if I remember correctly, with plugs. So here, these were all planted with potted plants, so well-established plants. So start off here. This plant here is called Prairie Smoke. It's one of the first to bloom in the spring. And the reason it's called Prairie Smoke is if you look here at the flower, it resembles tufts of smoke, so hence the name. Really pretty flower. Like I said, it's one of the first to come up. And then again, we have a variety of cone flowers. This here is a cone flower. I don't remember what kind of cone flower it is off the top of my head. These here are asters. It's a specific type of aster. I have a book in the house that does give a specific layout and identification of everything that is planted. This plant right here, this is called Rattlesnake Master. It's one of my favorites, a very unique looking plant. I'll have to make sure to show it to you again later on in the year. We also have some various types of grasses. We have combinations of little blue stem, June grass, and prairie drop seed are the three grasses that we have. This plant here is spiderwort, common spiderwort, which I'm sure most everyone is familiar with. And again, once it blooms, I'll show you the flower and you'll probably go, oh, that's what that's called. So this flower here, this is a native lupine or lupin, depending upon how you pronounce it. This plant here is really, really critical for the endangered Karner blue butterfly. I haven't seen any around here. That's not to say we never will, but it's one of our favorites, and as you can see, it's an early spring bloomer, and it does very, very well in this kind of soil. And again, we got the wild bergamot. Like I said, you can see how it kind of takes over. And then here on the lupin, and if you look really close, I don't know if we can find him, there he is. We have one of our honeybees. So that's kind of exciting. And by the way, Adam did the first check on the honeybees, and he said they're doing very well. Sorry I didn't get a video of that. We'll try and get an updated video out showing things there. Apparently the bees are laying new comb, new brood, doing very, very well in the first week and a half. This grass right here, this is prairie drop seed. It's a very, very fine grass. There's another one in here too. This here is a weed. And again, the lovely bergamot kind of running rampant. We also have a problem with crown vetch, which is this plant there. That can take over things if you're not careful. Let's walk across over here to this. And then our feeders that we have. Over there we got oriole feeders and hummingbird feeders. In fact, when I was filming the front flower bed, I actually noticed a hummingbird over there on that feeder. So, okay, so we have some more prairie drop seed and prairie smoke. This grass right here is called June grass. It's early spring grass, and then as the summer and the season progresses, it'll actually kind of turn a golden yellow color. So, and there again we have Rattlesnake Master, which is, you know, like I said, it's a really neat looking plant when it flowers. Gets kind of tall. Spiderwort again. I'll have to actually look up what that one is, because I don't recall off the top of my head. Again, I believe that's a goldenrod bergamot. And of course the lupin or the lupine. Got to get in here and weed. I got some mega thistles, which is really not good. Again, the lupine, prairie drop seed. This here is the little blue stem, and it's probably kind of hard to see. There is a slight blue, really light dusty blue hue to it. It stays fairly short and tall, unlike big blue stem, which I believe can get up to 4, 5, maybe even 6 foot tall. Spiderwort there. This here, I believe, I'd have to double check, but I'm thinking that is a, could be a goldenrod or a coneflower, but I'm thinking it's a goldenrod. And this back here in with the bergamot is a coneflower. And again, back there is another rattlesnake master. And then here is the spiderwort. And you can see here, this one is actually getting buds on it. So that'll be blooming soon, which is kind of nice. With native beds, you can kind of just let them go and do their thing, let them fill in, or you can choose to more landscape view. So the placement of these two was to kind of help cover up our septic. Those are our wildflower or our native flower beds. Well, I think that's going to about do it for this episode here. Again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on another video.